There we go.
We are live. We haven't sent out the ping yet, if anybody's here yet.
No, we did send a ping out.
We did. Excellent,
Yeah.
excellent. Hello, everyone. Shortly, McLeod will be joining us. We don't know about Dirk.
Oh, there we go.
By the way,
I'm here.
Go to the control room. There he is. There he is. There's the big guy. We're going to add McLeod in right now because he's really...
I came in late, and I apologize for that one. That is my bad. I should have been much more punctual.
Yes.
Look at that.
You should have been.
Oh, hold it. Maybe I should, take away your little,
Hmm?
grill. I'm going to take away your grill because you were grilling last time I was here. So we put a little grill with your cat.
Oh,
It was
okay.
fabulous. The
That's
hot
weird.
dogs were great. The brats, phenomenal. The kibasi was amazing. So thank you for sharing your barbecue.
Is that what we're calling it?
Horrendous.
Look, now he turns up.
I was in a can. Shut up.
Was it record breaking? Did you measure it? Was it good? I saw that meme.
Yes. Okay.
the husband puts a note on the toilet, says, "Do not flush. I've gone to get the measuring tape. We might have a world record." So yeah, I'm going to share my 80th sub anniversary. Yay!
Really? I now have a really itchy nose, just like when we go live. What the fuck?
You do.
Fuck's sake.
80, look at that.
Yes.
I swear like this is psychosomatic.
Look at that. That
So the
suck it
obvious
is
answer
perfectly
is
placed
yes.
on the yellow ribbon. That was good. Good.
Hmm.
Great design. So yeah. So here we are.
Hello, everybody.
I don't even know who.
How was your golfing, by the way, Eric?
We won by 3
You
points.
won.
So
Well,
those who know Ryder Cup know it came down to the very last group because every group on the last day is worth 3 points. Point for the back, point for the front, point overall. So it was the closest ever we had. And by the way, it still is. You probably can't see it. I don't know how I did it. I bruised my wrist right here golfing, but it was great. It was fantastic. It was really good to get away. Really limited internet, but enjoyed hanging with the guys. We had some young guys this year. The young bucks are coming up, and there's nothing like playing 18 holes, 36 holes on a side of a fucking mountain. Okay. So you are playing off some cliffs onto some areas. So like literally you could walk off the tee box and die. I mean, it's that easy. If you wanted to die, you can do it.
it was entirely possible.
It's a place called the Raven on Snowshoe. And we didn't get to stay in our normal hotel. My buddy owns a hotel up there. But they had a 300-person wedding. So we booked the entire hotel. So, hey, Burn Tux, or how you pronounce that? We want to take a guess. Sorry if I...
Burnout TX.
Okay, Burnout TX. Oh, Burnout Texas. Okay, I love it. Probably, I'm guessing. Yes, Plex is going through the roof, and we have that conversation.
I have no idea why it would be going so crazy.
No.
We'll get to that.
Yeah. What could possibly have happened over the past, 2 weeks or so?
If you go by Soth, it's earnings call.
Well, there's definitely that coming up.
Is it really?
That should be a fun one.
When's their earnings call? I mean,
oh shit, Mike's here.
Who's here?
Yeah,
Mike turned up.
Flood.
Mr. Flood.
I've appeared.
As far as I'm aware, it's next month. End of next month.
I'm going to turn you up, Mike. You're a little low. How's that?
Yeah, I'm currently working off that great government Wi-Fi.
Oh, that's beautiful stuff.
Which government's Wi-Fi?
Russian government Wi-Fi?
No,
don't think so.
Ours, they won't let Mike actually out to play yet.
Fair enough.
By the way, if I told this Soth earlier. By the way, Dawn is off today, but we just decided we're leaving her picture up.
Yeah, and Dirk will appear at some point.
Yeah,
it's just a question of if he's still fucking making that chili.
I mean, he said 5 hours, not 5 days.
I mean, I don't know.
Well,
I don't know what he constitutes as 5 hours.
You leave it simmer. Oh, that hurt. So if guys, if I grimace or twitch or something weird, I actually somehow slept on my neck wrong when I was in West Virginia, and so every once in a while when I move a certain way, you will see me twitch.
Also, if you see me twitch, it's because Erik forgot to change the title of the show again.
What do you mean? I changed the title earlier.
No, you changed the title again.
It keeps on fucking changing itself to title, and I honestly I understand the kind of your confusion right now, Erik, because it's exactly the same thing. Because I can literally see you typing in !title push to talk to change it to push to talk,
yep.
And it says blah 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 blah, and it's for some reason the last thing that it says, it is changed the title to push to talk, and then suddenly changed it to. It is now streaming EVE Online, pointy brackets title. It's like, well, you literally just said a bit above it that the title has been changed now to push to talk.
Let's see if we can change it back.
That's it. We need to change the name of the show.
Like,
we need to change the name of the show to pointy brackets title.
Yeah.
What?
Welcome to pointy brackets title, guys.
Yeah, pointy brackets title. New name. We need some new graphics. So yeah.
Where we talk about all things pointy and all things titly. Which is, quite fitting because you've been playing golf, and I'm fairly certain you've probably been using Titleist.
Ooh. No, I do not.
Right?
Titleist balls
you don't?
Like, $6 a ball or something crazy. I use
I don't know.
Flight, okay? $10 for 15 balls. Okay? Goes in the woods, I don't give a shit. Okay? Right?
Don't you mean?
Oh, hit that into the rough. I don't give a fuck.
We look for it in the rough. It's a competition.
Yeah.
Let's see if
it's like you hit a ball into the rough and you go, well, that's lost. And, you turn around to someone and you go, well, what's a Titleist ball? It's like, okay, I'm going in there and getting it. It's like, fair enough, go for it.
I'm deathly allergic to poison ivy. And I ended up getting it because, some douche named Dan. Okay, I won't say his last name. One of my best friends, by the way. He went in there. He went in the poison. I'm like, dude, get out of the poison ivy. I do not want that golf ball. I won't touch it. And he threw it at me, and it hit me in the arm. And lo and behold, poison ivy, motherfucker. Okay.
Oh,
and then I've got the doc. He's an actual doctor, surgeon guy. Right? I never heard of anybody getting poison ivy from a golf ball. Well, guess what, doc? Right here, buddy. Poison ivy, and then it, on my back, on my ankle. I got it everywhere. So,
What the fuck does he mean he's never heard of anybody getting poison ivy from a golf ball?
Doc was
it's from the oils on the leaves. If the ball gets covered in those oils and it touches your skin, you're going to get it. I mean,
he threw it at me. Hit me in the fucking arm. Dick. What kind of friends do I have? Dicks.
Man, you'll be fine.
They sound like good friends.
It's only poison ivy. Jesus.
No, I'm like allergic.
It's only poison ivy.
I touched it in one place.
Eric's got a specific allergy that makes it worse, Mike.
Yeah. So, but I did have to go and, let's see. Look at is Mrs. Erik watching the stream?
It's just a flesh wound.
Okay. The at my doctor, the exceedingly hot young blonde. Right in the ass. Boom. Greatest shot giver ever. No, she knows that.
Yeah, see.
So
whenever people are like, "Oh, poison ivy,"
immediately go get the shot.
I'd like to point out that Sonria 66.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what to say. To be honest, yes, it probably is an upgrade.
Yeah.
Also, Mike, it's only poison ivy. That didn't work with my girlfriend in high school, so I don't think it's going to work with Erik now.
last time I got poisoned.
No, I spent.
By the way,
Of course, she had it across her entire back, so
Oh,
jeez.
Oof.
as long as you
That's-
didn't
that's-
get it, you're okay.
I didn't
Y'all
get
were
it.
doing
That's a bad
That's
time.
why she was mad at me.
Excellent. Excellent. No. I
So,
no. The last time I had poison ivy, one of my other doctor friends she looks at the back of my leg. She goes, Eric, did you get like a chemical burn? And I'm like, no, that is poison ivy. She goes, did you scratch it? I'm like, no, not. She's like, holy crap. That's how bad I get poison ivy.
I was gonna say, I just say it's only poison ivy because I spent the entire week. Well, I've been in class obviously, and I've been spending this week looking at a lot of skin issues. So, poison ivy is nothing compared to what I was looking at this week. I was like, oh shit, there's this, and that. Yeah, no, I don't want to go to this country now.
Well, my flesh isn't falling off my body. That's good. It's actually this shot worked pretty good because the stuff on my arm and everything is drying up, so it worked pretty good. Just my back I got to work on. Is it your birthday, Mike? Somebody say happy birthday, or is it your birthday
In a
every
week actually.
In a week.
In a week, yeah. So,
October.
Happy birthday for a week.
Yeah, it's your birthday week.
Yeah. Well, no,
Damn
it's
it.
not.
Thank you very much. And thank you very much, Con.
Monday.
Yeah. Oh,
Hello,
no, cool.
Carneros. One of our favorite
Hello.
people.
Thank you very much for the sub, by the way.
Yeah, 95 months in a row, man. 15, over a year longer than I have. That's amazing. Just amazing.
Something.
Thank you. So,
I got to figure out what
we are titled.
I'm gonna figure out what I'm doing here in Texas this next few weeks for my fucking birthday.
You should be cooking some chili because apparently it takes freaking, I don't know, what is it, 5 days to make chili?
All I have
Well,
access to. Okay, so
For
the
5
only-
weeks. I think it's 5 weeks.
Oh, 5 weeks.
I'm sure, fairly certain it's 5 weeks.
Is this with beans
Yeah.
or without
The-
beans?
This, the length of time that he makes chili might be slightly sort of like elongating.
Is this like
at this
Texas
point in time.
chili, Cincinnati chili, vegetarian? What we have in here?
Yeah, Arkansas chili? I don't know.
Arkansas. We call it Arkansas. If you look at
Arkansas?
it, Arkansas is spelled Arkansas.
Oh, yeah.
I lived it.
This
only,
is not your Kansas, this is Arkansas.
the only cooking supplies I have access to.
Says Arkansas to Kansas.
The only thing I can use cooking wise here is a fucking grill. That's all they'll let us use. So
Grill? Why?
yeah, well I'm
Can you
still
tell me
in
why only
training.
grill?
I don't know. That's a drill sergeant question, and I'm not a fucking drill sergeant clearly.
Mhm.
Wait. They're comfortable with you handling an open fire, but not a pan.
Don't question it. Don't question it.
Well, the pan would be.
It doesn't need to make sense. The
pan would be.
I know it has to make sense in your head, Soth, but it doesn't need to make sense in everybody's head.
Well, they don't have access to the kitchen, right? So that's why you have the grill. Right?
Yeah, we have a grill, which is a grill and a smoker. So a couple of us were debating on if we should ask if we can smoke some meat.
Well, it really
So-
comes down to exactly how much lighter fluid do you have.
So
I can
have
get plenty of it.
Have you never heard the two-way axiom that explains everything about the U.S. Army?
No, but we
No.
need to.
Eric, I'm sure you've heard this. There are two ways to do things, Soth. There's the right way, and there's the Army way.
Yes, I have.
Mike,
heard that.
Mike will do things the Army way.
I have watched enough MASH episodes to see that exemplified many times. For those who have never watched MASH, you need to. It's freaking hilarious. So,
The right way and the Army way.
like I said,
If you
just don't put your the little metal grill things on when you make that giant fire with the lighter fluid.
so
It's like we'll settle this the old Navy way. First guy to die loses.
No.
if you want to watch another good show, watch 68 Whiskey.
Okay.
It's another fucking kind of similar to MASH but modern.
There you go. The you don't want to be in the Navy, McLeod. They don't have air conditioning. Okay, no air conditioning in the Navy. Or
You just go
You go with Air Force.
out onto the top deck and you've got the air conditioning that you need.
Air Force has all the air conditioning.
Yeah.
They got some pretty. I was gonna say they got some pretty nice fucking barracks for the Navy here. So
Do they?
What are you
Alright.
What are you talking about with no air conditioning in the Navy? You've
No
been
air
watching
Yeah, I
Top
was about
Gun
to
again,
say.
where everybody's fucking sweaty all the
No air
time.
conditioning in the Navy. I'm telling.
I'm telling you, they fucking got better barracks than I fucking do.
I'll tell you
Well, you're
right
in the
now.
Army.
40 years ago, the entire fucking hangar deck of an aircraft carrier was air conditioned. So they got it, and they're not afraid to waste the juice using it.
I have to ask, McLeod, what's happening there on the left-hand side of your right-hand side of?
It's called random snow shower.
No, I thought it was like either inverted snow or a bubble maker.
Yeah, it was inverted snow.
That's a fake background, isn't
I don't know what you're talking about.
it? Okay, because if you move to a house with that fucking view out the window, I love you, and I'm coming to visit shortly.
Then it's definitely fake.
It's definitely not fake. I mean,
Alright,
it might
you
be
heard,
fake.
You heard America. He wants you to show up.
That pretty much was our view in the mountains. That was because Snowshoe is on top of the mountain, not at the base of the mountain. Very weird for a ski resort. So,
I mean, I could go with like a more sort of like winter homely feel.
I love winter.
So what's been going on in the grand scheme of Eve? Besides like
grand scheme of
in
what?
it losing. I was gonna say what's been going on in the grand
Well-
scheme of Eve, and besides in it losing a keep star.
I think there's been a market.
Oh,
dip.
that was nothing.
Who lost the keep?
I know I have to troll about that. Guy for his birthday bought a keep star to eat.
Bye, Mike.
Guy bought a keep star for his birthday, and then everybody decided
And then-
to be dicks and kill his keep star.
I mean, it got him the fight he wanted, I guess.
Oh, is that what he really wanted for his birthday?
Apparently.
As long as he
I mean,
got
you got to
what he
spend your
wanted.
money somehow before the game dies.
I know.
Well, according to the Plex prices there, Mike, we're in them. So
Plex prices. I mean, what does Plex cost today? Soth might have a link. Of a
I
very
do.
interesting graph.
I mean, you do have a link as well. I can't link things.
Why can't?
There's a weird ass hockey stick going on.
All right.
wait.
I mean,
Are
this
Plex prices climate change now?
Yeah, the hockey
Yes.
stick graph. That even if temperatures went down, the graph went
it's
up.
like
That's
No,
a
actually,
really
I can
good
link
math.
things now.
There is no war in Bossing Say.
So, there's a link in chat to a nice little graph. Although
I mean-
I'm not sure if it's nice.
the thing is, right? I can get this if the people doing it, or if the companies doing it, like doing what they're doing, is like testing shit out as to like, oh, what do we turn in order to to make the graph do this or to make the graph do that, right? But this is a company that has 10 years, if not like easy, like 15 or so years, like since 2003, like so almost 20 years of doing this and understanding the effects of doing this shit.
Goonie is asking if this shouldn't go down due to CCP sales, and no, Goonie, you are misunderstanding the latest sale. CCP in their infinite wisdom decided that for this weekend and this weekend only, you need only 300 plex per month for subscription. So yeah, because of that, everyone and their mother has been buying plex to plex their accounts.
Right. Well, accounting wise, this really shouldn't matter in their earnings call.
Well, actually, this will work in their earnings
Yeah,
call if people are using them, because they can actually
Yeah.
they can write it out into their earnings call as like
Right, because
hold on.
because
Only, but they're a liability, so it's just a liability offset. It's a zero sum in accounting.
Is it
Yeah.
though? Like
Well,
you did the math to me.
remember that Plex count as don't count toward their income until they get used.
Right.
Also,
but they don't
Yeah.
count them as a liability.
but Eric, you said so yourself. It is currently cheaper to buy Plex than to sub your account
Right.
directly, right? So many people will go and sub their account, like buy Plex right now to sub, just because it is cheaper. Just because it is a limited offer for just this weekend, they will go and buy Plex,
Mhm.
even though normally they wouldn't sub their account.
Right. Or they'll use this weekend to extend the subscription they've already got active so that it doesn't renew quite so
Mhm.
quickly to get the discounted price. So that's why CCP is doing it, because they want people to burn through those Plex so that it looks good on the earnings call.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, and I really think that was probably their real goal, right? So you've got all this outstanding Plex that people have out there, right? They want
yeah.
people to use it so they can claim it, right? And then
Yeah.
they'll get some sales. But and by the way, I ran a quick little spreadsheet, right? Using the US discounts, right? So 1 month if you buy it over on Steam, $19.99, right? And you get up to a year, which is a 38% discount. If you're dumb enough to do 2 years, it's 44% discount. Right? The sweet spot really lands you in there at about the 3-month sub, right? You would have 100 Plex remaining. It would cost you $39.98 in Plex, and if you bought the Omega on Steam at a discount, it was $47.90. Right.
Well, so how many Plex is that?
So that is
$39.99.
So
That's 1,000 Plex, right?
Yes.
yeah, it would be 2 Plex, 2 groups of Plex, right? The 1,000 Plex,
Right.
$39.98.
Right.
If
Okay.
I were to buy that 3-month Omega, right, it would cost me $47.98. So, let's just say $8. You save $8, basically, rounding.
Right.
Right. Which in the scheme of things, does it? I mean, to some people, that's really going to matter heavy, right?
I mean, if you're subbing, like, if you're one of those people who's like crazy and is like trying to sub, 30, 40 accounts, maybe, then yeah, then that will add up. But like for the most part, people may look at that and may do the numbers very much like you've done, Eric, and be like, you know what, it's only like $8. Like, do I really want to go through the hassle of dealing with doing it? And
And also keep in mind, anybody who's like plexing their accounts month to month, like if they're using accounts to skill farm and using the SP generated to roll that over into Plex to keep the account going, they're gonna turn around and this month buy it with actual cash through that discount rather than blowing out their ISK supply, because their ISK supply isn't going to keep up with this.
Real quick, Hycorian, I don't think there's a meta show today. I think Brisk tweeted out he was doing something with the
okay,
or something with the family or something. So yeah, I mean, I really think the big goal is to get Plex out of the game. And have people inject the Plex that is sitting. Like me, I have a ton of Plex sitting there, right? The question comes to me: do I just Omega really cheap or cheaper, right? Because when you look at a Plex sub, right? So if you look at it in a single month, if you bought the Plex and you use 300 to 500 Plex, it would be about $12 versus $19.99, right?
Right.
So, if I have Plex around, hey, just log in this weekend, they get their login numbers up, right? Login numbers go up. Maybe some people come back and play, and they use the Plex they've got outstanding, and that reduces the liability in the game, and will make people have to buy Plex in the future if they need it.
But the problem here is while it is currently cheaper to Plex your account, even though Plex prices have shot up dramatically because you only need 300, that is the absolute opposite for anything else you do with Plex. So
Yes.
if you want to buy skins, if you want to buy skill extractors, like anything you do with Plex besides plexing your account, is now immensely more expensive, which is usually not that big of a problem with these kind of sales, because usually CCP just drop it down to 450 instead of 500. But dropping it down to 300, that is drastic, especially
It is.
after we just had 2 other sales, right? We just had a sale on Plex, and after that, we had a sale on Omega plus MCT, multi-character training, which is still going on, if I remember correctly. So not only are they quickly following up sales now on things, they are already overlapping them. So to me, this sounds desperate.
It does seem like that.
The real people that this hurts, right? And I think you hit the nail on the head, Soth, right? Are the people who, let's just use mining as an example. They mine, they sell, they buy Plex, they Plex their accounts because otherwise they just wouldn't be playing the game, right? And
I kind of feel like I'm sorry to jump in here, but like I feel like CCP are like looking at this investor call coming up and kind of going like, we have this discrepancy that we can't show up, because if it does show up, then on the investor call, then like it's going to look bad for us. We need to do something drastic to fill this void as best as we can. What can we do? And I think what we've seen in the last like couple of weeks is exactly that. These two kind of like these two sales, and then this like massive discount. And on the graph it looks ridiculous. On like when you graph it against everything else, it looks like a sort of a significant event has occurred in some way, shape, or form. That something went drastically wrong. This ridiculous, like it's not even a hockey stick. It's like it is a solid vertical wall, essentially, almost.
yeah, but
this weekend, in comparison to it,
that might.
But it feels very much like like a business decision that they've just kind of gone. We don't really give a flying fuck as to what effect this has in game, what effect this has in terms of like player sentiment or anything of that form or shape. It just looks like they're trying to cover up something. They're the bad performance of the game, or the bad performance of the company or the IP over the past over the past 6 months by doing something drastic and seeing if they can kind of like eke out essentially basically fill in this gap that they seem to have.
But if you look at the graph, and you look at the last time we had a spike like this, right, in 2019, remember that at the time CCP was talking about that Plex price going that high is dangerous, and they were actively trying to get it
to counter it,
go down again, to counter it, right?
Yeah.
Right.
And we are way above that point now. That was Plex price sitting at like 4.4 million. We are at 5.6 million now.
Yeah, I mean, when you look at it, I mean, just look at it basically in September, right? You had a really heavy bump at the beginning of September. What do you? I mean, so basically from May up, we have a pretty steep increase in cost, right, up to the 4.4 million area, 4.5 million, and then really the end of August into September looks like where we have a leveling off at that dangerous point at the 4.5, 4.6, 4.7 million. Over the last year, what do you think has been causing those prices to increase? Right, you have a big spike in the beginning of May, and and then a steady increase since then. What do you think's up with it? Do you have any idea?
I mean, do we remember what happened in like end of April, early May, like to cause that? I mean, my mind's blank on that one.
I mean, we talked about this last week a bit. It's a compounding issue, right? At one hand, we have the price increase, which will definitely impact Plex price as well. On the other hand, we have a drop in supply, right? Lower supply obviously means higher prices. I mean, basic of economics. There are probably a few other minor factors as well.
Okay.
But those are the two big ones.
Well, Farrow in chat basically is, was coming to our aid in that regard, basically saying that the jump in the kind of like the jump and the sort of like the start of that upward sort of trend is where they made the where CCP made the announcement of the increase in the price of Plex, or increase in the price of Mega. Sorry.
If you look at it, you can also see that the supply is steadily going down, right?
Yeah.
Obviously, there are always spikes. Usually when there's sales on, or there's some big war announcements, and people, try to sell off Plex because they want to fund the war for themselves. But overall, the trend for Plex being on the market is going down.
Well, there's also, in that regard, like it just in general, sort of marketing, like, there's a lack of, the price will increase if there is less stock available, right?
Yeah.
And
that is just a general kind of like marketing thing, like,
and that also, like, when it hits a certain point, it starts to get volatile, right? And we actually did see that yesterday. Plex prices didn't just hit 5.6 million. Plex prices in Jita, for like an hour, hit 8 million a piece.
wow.
Jesus.
Because it was completely sold out. The only offers left were the ridiculous ones.
Wow.
And that's, I mean, you got to think about that, right? There's the supply that's on the market and the supply that then hits the market when, these things hit peaks, right? So yeah, I mean, that's quite interesting, right?
And then people probably saw the fact that it's being sold for a ridiculous price and decided to try and undercut it with stuff not quite that expensive, and that's why we're seeing that spike in
the supply
volume
Yeah.
right at the end, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it's interesting. I mean, probably a combination of what people said in chat, right? I forget who said it, right? Oh, it's Goonie, right? People are starting to unload Plex that they may have purchased, may not have purchased, may have for whatever reason. And more people are saying, I don't want to put real money into this. I just want to put, my Plex into this, whether that's real or not. Bait, right? So until I'm done playing, right? I mean, are we I had some weird dreams last night, just so everybody knows. One was that one of our favorite people had passed away weeks ago, and I didn't realize it, and I was very distraught about it in my dream. And I woke up, and I'm like, I have to go check and make sure it happened. And the other was, pulling from one of my favorite shows, Babylon 5, right? One of the episodes is called The Deconstruction of Falling Stars, right? I said, and I was laying in bed thinking about this, or is this what we're finally watching? Everybody has said, Eve is dying since day one, but are we truly seeing the collapse, right? And when you see things like Plex prices and that, you kind of think, right? I mean, I truly think in Eve we're kind of left with newbies, a couple, and the the faithful, the people who will never leave until the servers shut down, right? You'll be there for them, right? I remember that when Asheron's Call was out there, and it was one of the first really interesting MMOs in my mind, right? And they said, hey, the beta is over and we're going to destroy the game on the last day. a bunch of us were up in Boston for a wedding, and all of us, including the two who were getting married, played the game. You know, the night before the wedding, we're all online in our hotel rooms, and we're there for the destruction of the world, right? You know, what will happen in the end? Find out.
But that's another question, right? Last week we talked a lot about how many players it needs for the market to function. But how many players does it need for EVE to be profitable? Right?
Yeah, I mean,
It's not something we can figure out that easily, because there are some whales who put they push a lot of money into CCP's hand. So it's hard to come up with that number, but I fear at some point we might be approaching that. And
I mean, wouldn't we get a little bit better of an idea after the earnings call?
Yeah.
In the middle
Probably,
of
yeah.
October.
hey, I mean, it's not going to die in the next quarter, guys. I mean, that's not what I'm saying. But
Just
Yeah,
keep
no,
in
I'm
mind
not saying
the
that.
the earnings call isn't until around the 15th of October, so
Yeah.
you've got time.
Oh, okay.
Because the last one was around the 15th of July.
yeah, they close their
so
books
it
pretty
is
quick.
next month. So I was right about that.
Yeah, but I mean, everything's going to close by the end of the month, right? That's when their transaction probably close their books in 15 days. So they got another week, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, and again, I never fault a company for making money. I don't really care what their tactics are, right? I look at it from a consumer point of view. What is there benefit for me, right? And clearly, very clearly, right up until the 6-month sub point, there is benefit to you. Okay, it's less. It's only a $4 benefit, basically 6 months plus 200 plex over. But once you get into the 12 and 14 month, it's more expensive to buy the plex and sub it at 100 plex per month, because the discounts become 38 and 44% at the 12 and Omega, right? And that outstrips them. But I mean, I used to be one of those people who subbed multiple accounts annually, right? And you would play for about $10.47 a month per account, which was really good, right? $12 getting close to that, right? That's not bad. But yeah, I don't, I very quickly pared back, and now I'm to the point. Oh, something interesting happens that I want to play. I'm just using my Plex on a monthly basis because I have a Plex, bought it on sales, or been given it for doing various things.
Yeah,
right. So, and I didn't really sell it to get money. I did other things.
Thing is, there's a lot of people out there who have put in or basically sunk a lot of their ISK into Plex.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of those. It is one of those kind of areas. It's basically Eve's version of gold, right? Like Eve's version of gold when it comes to sort of investment opportunities. Like people invest their ISK into Plex because on the most in general, on average, Plex generally tends to trend upwards. Nowhere near as fast as it should, it shouldn't be trending anywhere near as fast as it is at the moment upwards. But it's on the whole, people look to Plex as a place of long-term ISK investment because they can, if they walk away from the game or if they have to deal with real life for months at a time, or walk away from the game for a year or two and then come back, they feel like they'll probably get more ISK coming back when they actually sell the Plex than the amount of ISK that they actually initially purchased it for.
Line goes up.
Line goes up, exactly. But
especially right now.
Especially
yeah.
To the fucking moon.
It's really new.
So if anybody out there has been inactive and has a whole bunch of Plex, now's the time to move it.
Mm-hmm.
No, I would probably wait until like midday tomorrow because I think that's when it's
Toward
going
the
to
end
hit
of
its
things?
peak.
Maybe.
I mean, it's still going up, right? It's been going up all day today. Like I looked in the morning today, and it was at 5.3 mil, and we are now at 5.64 mil. So, yep, still increasing in price.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I mean, hey, I mean, no different. Than
I lied. There are now 3,000 plex for 5.57 mil. So yay, I guess. Let's see how fast those vanish.
Soft just
I mean,
bought
this is the
all
thing,
those.
right? So this is the thing when it becomes volatile like this, right? You get day traders looking at Plex rather than the long term kind of people or the people who just have literally purchased Plex to offload them just because they want it, like they want ISK. Like they're just there's those people who buy who purchase Plex that literally are doing it just to convert it into ISK so they have ISK in game. But then there's those people who are day traders who buy and sell, when it's in volatile markets to make money in game. And they don't generally tend to look at Plex. They don't generally tend to look at like very, very, high ticket items as such to some degree. But they're looking at it now and they're day trading and they're speculating on Plex.
Buy
you
Mike.
can't have that come in.
Now Goonie is starting on RMT, and I gotta say, please don't RMT your shit.
No.
Not because I don't think you shouldn't be able to do that, right? You put real life money into this game, you should be able to get real life money out.
Well,
But
let's not even go there.
the people you support with RMT are the ones who are destroying gaming left and right now. Because those people are also the ones who support cheating in games and are the ones destroying online games with their cheating, with account hacking, with all of that bullshit. So
yeah, they're the same type of people who don't really have any kind of morals when it comes to what they do in terms of getting money from games, from gaming, from gaming culture, from communities like around games. Like, they're the ones they're the same type of people who created illicit gambling sites, and didn't care whether it was people in their 30s or 40s playing it, or whether it was people, whether it was kids kind of doing exactly the same thing with their mother's credit card or whatever. Like it was, they didn't have any kind of any morals in that regard, and you don't want to be you don't want to be supporting those sorts of people because those sorts of people have created and have bankrupt like families. Those people have turned kids into to have like gambling addictions and stuff like that, which is just it's wrecked lives.
and
Actually wrecked lives.
We are not saying if you RMT your shit, you're gonna support Eve gonna be destroyed. Because CCP apparently is hellbent on doing that themselves right now. No, we are saying other online games are going to be affected by this if you support these people.
I think there's an important lesson to be learned from this as far as Eve goes, Soth. Clearly, the people who are just in it to take the stuff in game and turn it into real world profits are ruining the game.
Yeah,
Can I
definitely.
Can I ask an administrative question real quick? Did we ever ping out?
Yeah, we did.
Okay.
Yeah, you did, didn't you?
No, I did not. I think
no.
Somebody did.
We had.
I know somebody did because that's how I remember to log the fuck in.
Yeah, we had Eagle Smash ping us out. So.
That's
cool.
right.
Who was that?
There we go.
Eagle. Well, if he's watching or whatever, thank you very much for helping out there because our internal ping system at INN is broken. Has been for like a month now. So thank you very much. So yeah, just want to acknowledge that.
Fix it.
They've tried. I don't know the challenge that is there.
They're trying to find where that comma is in the line of code that they missed.
That comma.
Unfortunately, that code is tied up with the postcode. So.
Oh damn.
Fuck!
We're never gonna get that.
That explains everything.
Doesn't it?
That was a really good one. Yeah. So sorry, I didn't mean to derail the conversation. But I do have a question for Satherson. There's like somebody flipping the giant bird behind you back there, behind your couch. What is that?
Oh, that's a guitar.
The guitar? You play the guitar?
No, I don't. I have one. I don't really play
this is the would you mind telling us what you're doing in possession with this? And you're going like, this isn't actually mine. I'm holding it for a friend. Thank you very much. Like,
no, it is mine. Like I always wanted to learn, but I never get down to invest the time.
Oh, okay.
My daughter's got a guitar. She's told she now plays the regular guitar, the bass guitar, the piano. I'm going crazy. I don't know what to do.
Yeah, Seth doesn't want to say, but like he's kind of like a Desperado.
Desperado. He's a cowboy.
Yeah, he's got a bunch of guns in the guitar case.
Cowboy.
He doesn't look like a mariachi.
Like Zippo says.
He does not look like a mariachi. I'm sorry.
As long as you don't,
So South, what kind is it?
Oh, come on.
I'm curious.
You don't sit there and watch Yellowstone and try to be that guy that.
Not Ibanez. Oh.
Are you watching Yellowstone?
No, I don't.
You need to watch Yellowstone. But don't be the guy that plays the guitar. Okay. The cool guy is
right.
Rip is the cool guy. Yellowstone.
Well, considering my guitar skills right now, I'm definitely not going to be the one playing the guitar.
But we'll do Zoom. We'll do Zoom chat. You can work with number 3. Everything
Okay.
No, literally, she sits down at the piano and just starts playing music. Like, where did you learn that? You don't take piano lessons. She doesn't take piano lessons. Yet she plays the piano, particularly Christmas music. Very strange.
Well, you have a piano in the house. Clearly, she taught herself.
She doesn't use the piano in our house. No one uses the piano in our house. They only use it occasionally when they go to grandma's and they're sitting there and play her piano. Very strange.
I mean, no one just like sits down and randomly decides to play the.
Not in our house.
The theme song, the theme, like the tune to 1,000 Miles. Anything like that? Like nothing.
Nobody,
no.
Literally, there's a wall behind me, and on the other side of that is our family room, and there's a piano, and no one plays it. The only thing we do with that piano is dust it.
Let me ask you a question then. Why do you have a piano then?
It was given to me by my aunt when she passed away.
Ah, okay.
I bet you it's got like a whole bunch of guns in it.
No. We do have boxes of sheet music though. Probably, I don't know, 5-6 boxes of sheet.
I mean, they can give you paper cuts, so
you get hurt. Worse is when you open the box and it's cardboard and you get the cardboard paper cut. That hurts.
I haven't had that. That sounds horrible.
$1,000 bills. There's no such thing as a $1,000 bill, man.
That day when a dollar bill was as rare.
We're not.
It's a $1 bill.
We've been here 25 years and we don't plan to sell.
Show some respect. It's a $1 bill.
To remodel it.
Newbie.
I could have bought a new freaking house for what I'm spending remodeling. Son of a bitch. It's only 26 years old. $1,001 bills. It's only $1,000.
There you go.
We have a keyboard in here too. My oldest son, takes piano lessons. He won't play for me. But yes, no. The only person.
Yeah, it sounds like maybe they use the piano, just not when you're around.
I'm here all the time, except for last week, right? No. Literally, they just listen to music. My daughter does. Just sits. Not really complicated. You're not talking like Beethoven, that. Simple song.
Do you just out of interest? Do you have? And this may seem a little strange, but it's kind of one of the reasons why I'm asking is like, do you have in the US, like at least like in like large cities, like do you have it in some of your metro stations, your underground stations? Like, is there ever any scenario or situation where there's like a communal like piano that people can play?
No.
No, not
because I've seen that like a few times now in London. It's weird, but it's actually kind of cool. Like you get people kind of literally just like
sit down and play.
playing, like being like really good, just like actually like. And I'm not talking buskers. Like I'm talking like it's an actual like upright piano like in situ for people to just sit and play.
Well, I mean, I've been in 2 buildings that I've worked out of in downtown Pittsburgh. And they both have grand pianos in them, but they actually, and I think, somebody on their lunch hour in that building usually will come down and play. And I think they do pay them, not a lot, but they just sit there and play. And it's really kind of cool.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Like
2 of the cooler buildings in the US. And it used to be at Christmas time. And one of them, they would have choirs singing with the piano. Not too many.
That's pretty cool.
Bars around, no bars around me have pianos either. Although the bar in Top Gun that they had the piano in does exist. The original Top Gun. That piano does exist.
Interesting.
In that bar.
So Bane is asking when Caleb will be back, and sorry to tell you this, but I got bad news for you. I talked to Caleb yesterday about this.
Wow.
Caleb's been conscripted. No, he hasn't. He hasn't. Don't worry about
that.
He's
sorry.
dating.
Was it Caleb as well? Like, sorry, I jumped in front of that. Sorry.
No. Caleb has completely given up on the game, and so he doesn't feel like showing up on a talk show about EVE Online where he can't talk about anything because he hasn't paid attention.
It was stressing his relationships, so he dropped it.
All right, I clearly need to talk to Caleb because if he's not paying attention to EVE Online, that means he's as qualified to talk about it as say anybody at CCP.
Anyone here, yeah.
No, at CCP.
Oh yeah, good point. Yeah. Oh god. Actually, that's what we should have said. Like, when you heard that from him, did you turn around and say, so you've been employed by CCP then?
No, I basically said the same thing. Orendus just did.
Okay.
I miss Caleb.
Just his ability to be like, no, I'm going to take the
him-
opposite view of you
tell
and
him-
just
tell him
argue like
there's-
crazy.
Tell him there's economic shit he needs to opine about.
Yeah, I don't think even that can excite him anymore.
And Soth just going, no, you're wrong, or no, that was more Dirk's trick of just basically shouting at him that he's wrong.
I mean, let's keep in mind Caleb was always the one of us here the most positive about changes from CCP.
Yeah.
To an extent.
And they've even driven him away. So yeah, doesn't really fill me with confidence.
He was very much along the lines of like, wait till we see the full extent of the plan, guys. Like, I'm sure it will come. I'm sure it'll make sense in the end. I'm sure it will make sense in the end. I'm sure it will make sense in the end. Oh God, why does it not make sense in the end? Right?
By the
Pretty
way,
much, yeah.
two things
Yeah.
here. My wife has not responded to the $9.98 per pound snow crab legs ad I sent her. Hopefully, she'll bring those down. And I'm hoping in a few minutes here to get a text finding out where the hell is my hot tub. Hold it. CCP can hire Mint Chip. We're all qualified to work in CCP, including Zell.
I mean, they did hire.
I'm sorry. I like Mint Chip. I don't know what you guys didn't like about her. I liked her, especially when she was drunk.
I mean, yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, they did hire Michael Bolton 3, so and you're all there going like, who?
I'll work for him part time, but it's not cheap, guys. That'd be 2.5 jobs I will have. So
Hey, as long as we're not going cheap, I'll work for him full time. I'm just not going to Iceland.
$9.98, not $9.99. This weekend only. Donovan, you have to come to. I'll look at it. It's a weekly special here. I'll pull it up here at Woolies, WHOLEY. By the way, they ship internationally, as I understand. Wild caught Canadian fresh frozen snow crab clusters, $9.98 a pound. And
I have a feeling that shipping to the UK is going to be quite expensive.
$3 a pound savings from their normal price, and they're sold in 5-pound bags. That is the big trick there. Woolies, even though we are sort of a landlocked city, we get a lot of. And by the way, you go to this place, they've got fish swimming in fish tanks, and you say, "Get me that fish," and they net it out and they kill it, cut it, scale it, clean it, whatever they need to do, fillet it for you, and send it home with you. Right?
That's like a power trip. That's a power trip situation. I'm certain of it.
I mean,
I don't think it's quite sensible.
I want you to kill that one for me.
I don't think it's quite sensible to send fish from the US, especially cod, over to Europe.
Well, this is snow crab. This is snow crab, Alaskan snow crab.
I mean, there's a bunch of British cod that they can't get rid of right now because no one wants to buy it.
Nobody wants cod?
I mean, some people want cod, but not the amount they are fishing.
Well, then they should fish less.
Yeah, they should.
Strangely enough, that was how Europe kind of wanted it to be. Like, you had fishing quotas. If you went over that, like, if you had excess fish, then you had to throw it back into the water. But like it was pressuring people to not overfish. And now that the UK is out of Europe, they're overfishing again.
Yes, out of Europe. They installed a bunch of motors on the island and just like drifted away.
Just
I'm not a fan of sea bass, Donovan. Cod, I love Atlantic cod. That like Atlantic cod in the US, especially the East Coast, huge. I mean, even non-Catholics do fish on Friday, right?
I mean, cod is nice, but you don't want cod like every day, right?
Every
ridiculous.
You want different fish.
Every Friday.
Yeah.
My wife had halibut last night.
Why?
It's, I don't know what she picked off the menu.
Oh, no, Eric. The response is just for the halibut.
I know.
We're having smoked eel next week.
I hear
anyway,
eel is very.
I gotta take off. I'll catch you guys later.
Later, Rendis. Thanks for stopping by.
All right.
Yeah.
See you, dude.
Yeah, I do. What did
eel.
Octopus. Love octopus. That's a total newbie thing. He turned me on to
octopus. Oh yeah.
Octopus, calamari, squid. That's all good.
Yeah.
Mussels are good.
Eel is very very fat and has a lot of flavor.
Mm.
But it's also
there's some great
expensive.
salmon recipes as well. There's some great salmon recipes out there as well.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Salmon. I mean, by the way, when we were in on our Gulf trip, right? I mean, the first meal is always very gourmet, right? We had salmon as a meat that I'm just kind of on, you know. I mean, I'll eat it. I don't hate it. Smoked salmon's good, you know, lox, all that good stuff. But it's just okay to me, right? But it was whatever they did. It was really good that I had. But Copper River salmon, I could die for that. Anybody's ever had that? It's only like available in the U.S. a week out of the year. It's insanely expensive. Like I think last time I saw it was like $25 a pounder. But it is so good. So good. You can only get it, but that's the thing. They only let Copper River be fished like 1 week a year. That's it.
Yeah, we don't have those here. We have rainbow river salmon.
Okay, we have rainbow trout.
They are called that for a reason because they actually have rainbow coloring on them.
Yeah, on the skin.
Yeah, rainbow trout are like
Yeah.
Redfish is also pretty nice.
Yeah, freshwater fish, right?
Yeah. It's a kind of bass.
We were talking about it, but somehow we went to fish and food. Sorry, Master. We do that every once in a while.
We have random tangents like that.
A lot of that out of Texas here, I think.
Redfish. Wait. Someone is surprised we're having tangents on this show.
I mean, this
about
show
food?
might as well.
Like,
I mean,
what?
Flounder.
I mean, guys, you are watching. Pointy Bracket's title here. So
smaller
you
than
have
title, bigger than.
As far as fish goes, I don't really stray. I like, I'll eat the salmon sometimes, cod, flounder.
Flounders are nice.
Yeah, but like when you go
think I've had
the
that.
mackerel or the halibut, I don't generally don't go there. I don't know why.
Halibut is amazing. Like all the flatfish are just awesome.
Yeah, I would have could go on that one.
We get those a lot here because when we have low tide, you can actually go out into the water and see, and some of the flatfish they just dug into the ground, so you can actually just like dig them out of the ground.
I have never had this because I've never seen it on a menu. Although I could have scooped up as many as I wanted on vacation this year because they were all in. Is stingray and skeet. They're pretty much the same. They say that they really have sort of a scallop taste to them. I've never had them though. Here they are. They are pretty good eating. You get them about a 2 foot size. So I mean scallops. Yeah, I could eat those all day. Oysters all day. Shellfish. I'm okay on lobster. I'd rather have snow crab legs, which guaranteed after the show, Eric's in his little car driving downtown to Woolies. I like when they have blue crabs in. They'll have tanks, just giant tanks of blue crabs, and you can and that's very Chesapeake and U.S. East Coast thing. I don't know if you guys have them over there. But it's a big thing. You just pick them up in traps. You steam them with Old Bay seasoning on them, or boil them. Either way. We had those. I don't know if I sent you a picture of those. I might have when I was gone. They just dumped them out with corn, potatoes, and sausages, and crabs on the table. You just crack open the crabs and phenomenal.
I haven't had that for a long time, to be completely honest.
Yeah. Some salmon can be a little fatty. Not a lot though. They're not bad. Rock crab, yeah, you take one claw, throw them back, and the claw grows back. We had rock crab this summer for the first time.
You say that. You say that, but the amount of rock crabs that actually survive that is quite low.
I don't know.
It's like 5%.
So it's more the exception, not the rule.
Yeah.
Just
Jesus.
Just eat them.
Yeah, just less waste. Just eat the whole
Yeah,
fucking
but
thing.
as I understand it, most of the meat is in the claw, so you would probably
Yeah, I don't know
just
much about rock
use the claw
crabs
anyway.
personally. I mean, I know how I prefer to do blue crabs. Like some people
Is that
just
the one that has like the one massive fuck off
Yes.
claw,
Yes.
and the other one is tiny?
because they've all been ripped off.
Okay. Yeah. No,
Yeah.
I think that's just how they naturally are.
I don't know. I thought they're.
Yeah, no, that's how they are.
I'll have to look them up. Crab is disgusting. That's because, man, Cheetah, you have to specify which crab is disgusting. Okay,
Yeah.
like you get
There are so many crabs.
king crab, phenomenal. You're not even anywhere near the guts on those babies. Right?
Depend-
Those legs.
Yeah.
Snow crab, they've been chopped in half already, so you're not really dealing with anything there. Now, blue crabs, they can be, it depends on how you cook them. I don't know if you guys are familiar. Much like lobster, I mean, you can just take them live, throw them in the bucket, boil them, steam them, whatever, right? All the guts are inside, and you got to crack them open, clean all that crap out.
I mean,
I hate doing
aren't prawns and shrimp also crabs? Well,
I mean-
Crustaceans, I don't know if they're a crab.
From a naming convention, I would say no.
is you know what prawns are called in German, right?
Prawns?
No, but you
Krabben.
probably do.
They're called Krabben. I'm gonna spell it in chat for you so you can see the similarities, right?
Huh. Yeah, so I think
right?
I can tell the difference. I think I can tell that there's a bit of a similarity there.
I get our shrimps are already head off when we get them. Been dead for about an hour. Yeah, I don't stab them in the head. I mean, my preferred way for blue crabs is, you throw them in ice water, more ice than water in a chest. 10 minutes, they go dormant, so they're kind of dead, but they're not. They're alive.
They're just
winter
docile
dormant
as
state,
fuck.
right? So you can just pick them up with your hands, and you just take a can opener, pry open the bottom, take the top off, squirt them out in the middle, all the guts, everything gone. You're just left with meat and shell. Throw them in there and cook them. It's clean and wonderful. And lobsters, it's okay. Like I had lobster bisque last night. I mean, lobsters. But snow crab, I mean, that's a nice middle ground between king crab and blue crab or other crabs, right? Snow crabs, they're not going to kill your hands like king crab. Wear gloves, chainmail, gloves to get into those babies, and have some shears with you, right? King crab or snow crabs, you get good ones, and you just crack them open, get a nice big chunk of meat out of them. We did all you can eat crab legs when we were on vacation. And $50 all the snow crab you can eat. Pretty good. We don't even use butter. Open them up and eat them. So good. And at $10 a pound, I mean, it's expensive, but a nice little treat, right? Just get a couple of them. Good.
Yeah, but it is also a good excuse to make some aioli, which it's super easy to make yourself, and it's so good.
Just crab. Now, where we
Just
were
crab
for dinner last night, they did do a lobster roll type sandwich. They did do like a mayonnaise based aioli type thing. Lobster, claws with avocado, something else. Oh, and avocado and bacon, and lobster claws on a brioche bun. $60 for king crab. Yeah, that king crab is really, really, really.
Here's a little trick. So usually you put raw egg into aioli, right? Because egg is an emulsifier.
Yeah.
Fun fact though, garlic is also an emulsifier. So it's not as strong as egg. It can also only emulsify like 3-to-1 ratios, where egg can emulsify like hundreds to 1, which is crazy. But you don't put that much oil into aioli anyway, right? So you can leave out the raw egg if you're not comfortable with it. Like, especially if you're in America, because you guys wash your eggs. Just
Well, they don't
Yeah, we
pasteurize.
do
They don't
a
pasteurize their
lot of
eggs.
them. Yeah, unless you get it from, like, we could go down the street and get them unwashed, right? So,
Yeah, so if you have unwashed eggs, then it might be all right to use them raw, but the washed ones out of the supermarket, I wouldn't do it with. But yeah, you can do aioli without any egg at all. Just remember to drizzle in the oil really slowly, so the emulsion can actually happen.
mm-hmm.
Goonies wondering what the fuck washed eggs are.
Well, they are washing them. Like it's in the name, right? It's just a different way of handling eggs. Like Americans tend to wash them, and Europeans tend to not. But why?
Well, you know,
I
it might
do
be
wonder.
the part of the chicken where two things come out.
Yes, right. So while
By the way, for
there's a
those
protective
who,
coating
there you go.
around the egg, right, which washing them destroys that coating, so they are no longer safe to use as long. You can also have bacteria on the outside of the egg, right? So you always have bacterial problems, no matter if you wash them or not. It's just a different way of handling them.
Okay.
Mm.
But of course, you can always also pasteurize eggs if needs be.
By the way, that's also why eggs in Europe don't necessarily need to be refrigerated.
Yeah.
Because they still have that protective coating.
Goonie has never washed his egg. We never.
Well, no, you don't wash the eggs. They are already washed when they are in the supermarket.
Oh, I know. That's terrible.
I mean, I'm new on the whole washing eggs thing as well, so yeah, I'm kind of in. I understand being a little bit perplexed about that. Like, I'm sort of in Goonies sort of camp in that regard. I don't think we wash our eggs in the UK. At least I've
No,
never
you
seen
don't.
it.
That's good. In Canada,
But we do.
They do
But we
milk in a
do
bag.
kind of. We do pasteurize ours, I believe. Sometimes. I don't know. We do something with it. Let me just double check.
Swordfish sticks on sale too.
Yeah, Goonie, it's probably that.
Mm-hmm.
Can't you put eggs in mineral water from spoiling? Yeah, or you could just use your eggs. Come on. It's not like they spoil in like a few days. Just like bake a cake or like put eggs on a bread roll, or I don't know, there's so many things you could do with eggs. Pancakes. Come on, who doesn't like
There you
pancakes?
go.
Egg salad sandwiches, baby. Bacon. You gotta love them. I'm a huge egg. Scramble them, French toast, anything. Over easy, poached, whatever you want to do.
I had a bit of bacon and eggs on a slice of bread for dinner today. So yeah, eggs.
Hard boiled, soft boiled, whatever you want to do.
I mean, I've gotten like really fucking good at doing. Well, I say I've gotten really good. I found a really good process of doing poached eggs now, which is actually really good.
Yeah, my son loved.
Because like
Never had
before,
poached eggs.
so before like poaching eggs, like it would be weird because you wouldn't get that kind of photogenic styled kind of poached eggs. You'd always have like, the white flattened out as such.
Mm.
You wouldn't have it kind of like, nicely sort of, I don't know, kind of centered around the sort of the yolk. But there's like a method of doing it that produces very photogenic sort of poached eggs, which is really cool.
You do
And essentially
the whole
is
vinegar thing, don't you?
yeah. So it's just basically like it's basically equal parts water and white distilled vinegar. And you just basically you crack the eggs into there and leave it for like 15 minutes or so, and they start to go a little bit opaque. And then once they've done that, then you just ladle it out into some simmering water, and you're good.
Mm.
It's really, really good. It because the other thing is you don't need to swirl the water or anything like that. Like you literally can do 2 or 3 or whatever. Like it depends on the pan, obviously, but like you could do a whole bunch of poached eggs at the same time, which is great. I highly recommend that.
Yeah, we don't put anything in our scrambled eggs. We just cook them in butter, baby. No milk, no nothing. And thick bacon, none of that thin bacon bullshit.
Well,
I like bacon crispy, so
we got a Brit here, so we can't really talk about bacon, I hear.
well, I actually kind of like my bacon fairly crispy. So if you have like super thick bacon, like it doesn't really become crispy; it just becomes fucking hard and awkward to fucking eat.
Isn't there a whole argument about what bacon actually is between the UK and the rest of the world?
I mean, not just the UK, but like the rest of the world plus against the US as well, because
No.
it's
In Germany,
a lot of stuff that the Americans add to bacon as well.
Like what?
No. If you buy bacon in Germany, it is American bacon, right?
Well, okay. So what is the technical definition of bacon then?
So if you buy the German kind, it's called Speck, right? If it's the American kind, it's called bacon. Like it's literally called bacon. It doesn't get translated because it's a different kind. Well, it's the same kind of meat, but it's done differently, so to say. Yeah, that Screaming Pussy has it.
Hey, Costco thick slice bacon. I don't like maple smoked bacon because it's too sweet. I like the hickory smoked bacon if it's smoked.
Well, the thing is, like, I can understand people. I know people who don't like smoked bacon, but then again, I don't consider smoked, not unsmoked bacon to be bacon. Like so,
smoked, cured, whatever.
Here we go.
Cured and smoked.
Bacon is belly, and Speck is from the leg, or the upper part of the leg.
Yeah.
So Speck isn't bacon.
Canadian bacon isn't bacon. It's
no, but we have Bauch, which literally means belly. But that's not smoked.
But you can smoke it.
So we use the same parts of the animal, just in a different way, right?
Well, I mean, as Screaming PC, if it's not smoked, it's not bacon.
But again, like if it's smoked belly, then we call it bacon, right? If
I just see it as like, it's extra flavor at the end of the day. Why not?
Hickory smoked, thick cut Costco bacon. Kirkland signature. Kirkland bacon. It's like, Kirkland protein bars. Thick sliced bacon.
I'm not a fan of the
You
sweet
get
cure
3
though.
pounds for $18. It's gluten free for those who are on a gluten free diet. And it's made from European pork bellies. European pork bellies, American.
You don't say that the meat is gluten free.
It says more information. Keep refrigerated, gluten free, made from European pork bellies, and
You know that they have to point out that meat is gluten free is just.
Well, welcome to America. We have to tell people not to eat Tide Pods, okay? Just give me a fucking
Yeah,
That's
you
a
gotta
good point.
point
Cut me some slack.
Yeah.
All right, just a little slack.
That's a good point. Yeah.
Don't
New
eat
IKEA table,
the
gluten
Tide
free.
Pod. I mean, we have to tell people don't cook chicken in NyQuil, okay? I mean, I don't know whoever got the idea to cook chicken in freaking death green flavor NyQuil, but somebody did, and I'm just like, what the fuck? Okay,
It's all stemming from the whole kind of like trying to like just prank people. It all stems. All of this shit stems from like one kid pranking another kid in the playground, and it's like can you get that other kid to do something dumb, and it's all spawned from that, and it's just like are you dumb enough to do the latest fucking craze?
Are you dumb enough?
Yeah, exactly.
Are you dumb enough?
If you want your meat to be nice and tender, you put it into an acid. Okay.
I mean, everybody knows you don't actually you don't cook, chicken open, on an open pan with NyQuil. You use a fucking pressure cooker.
Caviar, would you like that gluten-free water flat or how do you want it?
He prefers his water dehydrated.
I love dehydrated water. Actually, let me see if I can. Where did they put it? Oh, they took it into the. I don't know if any of my kids are here. I'm just gonna mute on the stream. You guys will.
Yeah, well, you can still hear you. Oh, okay. Maybe the stream can't hear us.
I gotta show you.
Okay,
Yeah, you guys can hear me, but I'm just calling one of my sons if they're around. They may have all left me.
I'm unsure how this is going down on the actual stream because we can hear Eric, but the stream can't hear Eric, so it's a bit weird trying to actually talk over Eric.
Yeah, no, I was a buddy of mine turned me on to this. It's called Liquid IV. Have any of you guys ever seen it or had it? Just a little powder. You blow it in. You just open it up, drop it in your water bottle. It is. I was like, oh, I'm dehydrated. I'm kind of worn out, right? I'm drinking all this water. Pedialyte, yeah. But I'm not sweating. So I was, we're on getting close to 36. Always like, oh, I got this stuff, Liquid IV,
yeah.
Great. And I grabbed some and put it in, and it was
just make sure if you find that you suddenly seem to be not sweating when you should be sweating, you just have to.
Yeah.
One of the things you definitely need to make sure is you need to look in the mirror and just make sure that you haven't been turned into like Prince Andrew or something.
Prince Andrew, that's what. That's terrible. That's terrible. Caviar, is my mic lower than everybody else's on the stream? I did mute for a little bit right there when I called. They're not around.
You are a bit lower, yeah.
Well, let's move this sucker over a little closer, a little in front of me, a little more.
Yep.
So the mic is actually off screen above me. So if I put it in the middle here a little more,
you don't have your. Has it not activated its cloaking device?
It's well, let's see if I can not knock it over and.
Did my
There it's coming in. coming in.
Coming in.
But yeah, it could be. It has cloaked enough. So, yeah, I don't know. We'll work on.
See, I have my microphone like right beneath here.
Yeah.
Which
Mine
is also
literally
out of
there.
the way.
By the way, folks, I do generally talk low, so that is a thing I do. So I am usually quieter. Mr. Mumbles.
Almost sounds like a character that could be in Rick and Morty.
Maybe, could be
Mr. Mumbles.
Also, we had Dunkin' Donuts for breakfast this morning here at the estate. I will say that the Dunkin' Donuts pumpkin glazed pumpkin, very good. It's excellent. Pumpkin spice donuts, they're here. Where's my stapler? My red.
Oh God,
it's right.
It's coming into the pumpkin spice latte kind of season.
I've already had a pumpkin spice latte.
For fuck's sake!
They're just okay, you know. I'd rather have a chai tea latte or something like that.
I think there wasn't there like an article like that showcased and showed that like pumpkin spice lattes are actually technically more addictive than cocaine or something of that form.
There was something like that. It's something in the spice or something really
completely ridiculous.
I mean,
I'm not saying ridiculous
coffee,
as in like. Sorry?
It's coffee in general, right? Caffeine is very addictive.
Is it?
I guess, like, but more than cocaine?
I have never in my life felt awake drinking coffee.
Because it's physically addictive, right?
I don't know. We drink coffee here, but not for the caffeine. I just
not everyone reacts to caffeine in the same way. Like,
yeah,
you know, it's not like it's kind of sort of in the same way as like cilantro over there, or you know, coriander as we know it in Europe. You know, not everybody, you know, tastes it the same way. Like some people taste it and go and like, you know, taste soap. You know, it's kind of like in the sort of same way. Caffeine doesn't react to everybody in exactly the same way.
Yeah, it's also that caffeine doesn't really make you more awake. Like if you feel that you need a coffee in the morning to wake up, that's because your body is dependent on that caffeine, right? Not because it actually makes you more awake. What does make you more awake is the sugar in it, because that's a lot of energy.
Yeah, especially in pumpkin spice lattes.
There's only really one time I put sugar in my coffee, and it's two restaurants I go to owned by the same people. It's really nice when they bring you your coffee service after dinner. They always have the cream there, and they buy the like rough cut brown sugar cubes. You know, they're in there. Oh yeah, nice. You get little tongs, your little sugar cubes out of your. That is the only time I will put sugar in my coffee. Yeah, it's definitely, but it's not the unrefined packets. There's some cube they buy in a box, and but yeah, that's the only time, and it's those two restaurants. We went to one of them last night for my mother-in-law's 70th birthday, and yeah, we should have gone. They have a steak one and a seafood one. We went to the steak one. We think we've been to the seafood one so many times. We said we'll try the steak again, but the seafood one's just so good. I mean, their seafood is flown in every other day, so you know your fish, and they get the whole fish, and you know their chef butchers the fish there and everything. You know, pretty much any. Right? Do you get to choose which one dies? No, you don't get to choose which one dies. It's already dead, right? But you know, they really don't keep their fish very long. I mean, they've really done this really, really well, and they're a super nice family in the area too. Their kids are nice; they're nice. You know, in the as we come into November, right? The woman, the husband wife deal, she goes out, and for her her pastry chef will make chocolate candies. I forget what they're called. Anyway, get 4 of them in a little box, and the company, the wife, pays for all the stuff. The chef donates all her time, and they take all the proceeds and they buy shoes for all the babies that are born throughout the area, to lower income families. So it's kind of their thing that they do every year. So you always buy the chocolate. Really good too. But yeah, so and my favorite there is their Parmesan crusted swordfish. Just
So I was wondering about going with the whole coffee kind of thing, and wondering what you guys are what your opinion is on Nespresso, because like
love it.
I have an espresso machine. I don't have an espresso machine because obviously, an espresso machine you can get fairly cheaply. An espresso machine you can get fairly easily and cheaply. A decent espresso machine, you also need obviously a decent grinder to grind finely and evenly in order to make decent espresso. But I don't know. I've been able to make fairly decent coffees, fairly decent sort of like cappuccinos and stuff like that with an espresso machine, like an old style Nespresso machine, and a decent, strangely enough, a decent like small French press is a really good milk frother. Oddly enough.
I never thought of that. We have a Ninja coffee maker. It's just a drip, but it goes. It's like a $200 coffee maker or something. And I really like that. We've had that. It has a non-heating milk frother attached to it. Actually. I prefer the French press, although it's just a pain in the ass. And somebody broke my French press somewhere along the line here. I don't know. And my favorite, especially in the winter, is adding fresh cinnamon to the as well, or the coffee. Sorry, but yeah, I don't Nespresso. I've never had. We've had a Keurig, and it's like, okay, I got a Keurig because everybody has a Keurig, and then it was like, really don't like the Keurig. I think it kind of sucks and it doesn't make good coffee.
How do you guys not have Nespresso machines in like
we have Nespresso
hotel rooms and stuff?
You're more likely in the U.S., I think, to find a Keurig.
Oh, right, okay.
Or just a mini drip.
Because I think it was the first time I ever tried an espresso, like, was actually in, a random hotel. Yeah. I was like, actually, this is pretty good.
Yeah, screen receipt, butter in your coffee. It's okay. But yeah, I love cinnamon, but you have to be careful in some coffee makers, right? Because it can clog. Yeah, too much cinnamon will just cake up and not let things flow through. It's amazing.
Wait, where are you putting your cinnamon?
You could, if you put it in, that's what I'm saying. If you put it in with your filter and your drip stuff, the cinnamon will cake up as it gets.
Okay.
So if you have like a forever filter, like we have a forever filter, right?
Right. You take it out, like just bang it out and clean it, and you can put it back in.
Yeah, and you throw it through the dishwasher every couple weeks or something because the oils and things can build up on it. But I like that other than the paper because I like the oil from the beans. I just think it's better.
No, it makes a better coffee, like it in general.
And then
I mean, it makes
probably
sense
not as good for you, but
it makes sense that it clogs up because cinnamon is hydrophobic, right?
Yeah. You have to be careful with it when you put it in, but that's why the French press really works well with it, right?
Yeah.
The other thing is we don't have like a heating unit on our coffee maker. We put them into steel carafes that keep them hot. Like if I make the coffee at like 7:30, at 10:30 it's still warm, right, in our carafes. And we have a his and hers carafe, right? So Mrs. Asmock has hers, and she takes it upstairs to her office in the master bedroom, right? And mine stays down here, and we just drink it all day. But I like the smell of coffee. It's really something, especially in the winter, and I love flavor. And I just put cream in it. We're talking coffee.
See, I've never really gotten cream when it comes to coffee. I don't know why. Like, I
My
get
wife is
creamer,
black coffee.
like, but like cream, no. Milk, yes. Full fat milk, yes. Fair enough. Like, but cream,
Oh, so
I don't know. I've never really gotten that. Like, I understand creamer, like powder, that kind of thing.
Yeah,
but-
that'll kill you. Those aluminum. No, what I actually use is half and half. Right, so it's half cream, half whole milk.
Oh, okay.
So
So it's just,
you
yeah.
can just buy half and half.
All right. I think I don't think that's actually a thing in the UK.
Like, you just look up Land O'Lakes half and half. That's kind of what. Okay, so they discontinued the Reese's Creamer. A former co-host on this, Scythe, and I were just talking, probably 2 weeks ago, and we were talking about it. We're like, I said, have you seen it? And then we looked it up, and they said they discontinued the Reese's Peanut Butter Cup Creamer, which was, yes, absolutely fantastic.
Oh, that's
The other thing
unfortunate.
I'll throw in coffee is Bailey's Irish Cream. 100% love it. You know, that's if I want something sweet or something. That's a
Eric,
rarity.
you got to get the
Oh
there
shit!
he
Scythe's
is!
in the channel.
We speak
What the
and
fuck?
he comes. What's up,
How
Scythe?
does this happen? This is weird. Hey, buddy.
How's my South Carolina brother?
I can't hear for some reason.
North Carolina, actually.
Right back.
Oh, now he'll be.
Oh,
right
he's
back.
being right
I'll
back
be right
now.
back. Let me pop it in. I'll be right back. You know,
Yeah.
no biggie.
There we go.
Ah, he's back. Okay, he was actually being right back. Like proper be right back.
I had to go to my sound settings. They're jacked up. I need a new computer.
It's good to hear your voice, though, dude.
I'm alive. I just finished racking mead for the first time, so that was fun.
Ooh.
Got to play with acids. You know, it's a whole thing.
And you didn't chemically burn yourself.
I put on twice the amount of PPE the bottle suggested, so you know I'm not a crazy.
Just
Hold
in
it,
case.
Hold it. I'm getting word that they may have just come out with it again.
The Reese's.
Yeah. It's saying it's discontinued, but it's for sale at like Walmart and Target.
Interesting.
Looks like May.
See, Food Line carries the most flavors near me for that stuff, so I'm gonna check them out later.
Is Reese's Creamer seasonal? Okay. Instacart.
This is the weirdest topic to tempt Scythe out into the channel again.
He's like Beetlejuice. I said his name 3 times and boom, there he is. Okay.
Well, I'm also Did We Win Yet in the chat, so that was me talking to you anyway.
Oh right, my bad.
I helped on to get my Steam Prime Gaming because they had some, or Twitch Prime Gaming. They had a couple good games for free that I needed to get.
Oh yeah, no, I remember seeing those. Yeah.
Shadow of Mordor and Assassin's Creed Origins are both fantastic.
Yes, I saw Origins. I was like, I even have it already, but I thought, fuck it, I'm just going to get a second copy. Why not? It's free. It's a free game. Why not?
Okay.
Or the weird.
I'm seeing that there is a Snickers flavor.
Yeah, that one's not good.
Yeah, I wouldn't think, it's Snickers. I'm not
The Almond Joy
Peanuts, like-
Snickers
smells
guy.
like the Almond Joy's not bad, but it smells kind of like sunscreen because of all the coconut in it.
Yeah.
Hey, coconut is sunscreen.
Really not the
strippers,
best.
Just so you know.
Well, that's fair. But you can get football melons.
So smells like strippers.
Smells like strippers.
Yeah, they use coconut butter as
So what you're saying is I smell like strippers all the time. Okay.
Are you big? You put the coconut moisturizer on stuff?
No, I use like coconut
Stripper oil.
oil.
Stripper oil.
I have a
Just by the way, all you listeners, remember you heard it first. Soth smells like a stripper. Right here. On
Yep.
the show. That's like
he oils
no,
himself up with
I don't
coconut oil.
smell like a stripper. I smell like strippers.
yes,
Right.
strippers, right? Yeah. We wouldn't ever
Multiple.
let you have just one.
You really don't want to add the plural there because a singular stripper probably doesn't smell bad, but a big group of them, it's a bunch of sweaty people with like makeup and glitter on. It probably doesn't smell bad.
Hey,
Who says-
glittering
who says
coconuts?
they-
Okay,
I don't think
Who
glitter
says
smells
all at
like
one
anything.
side? Come on. Like,
Just dance clubs smell horrible to me. Just all the sweatiness is gross.
He's in Germany. It's fine.
I've never smelled a sweaty stripper, so I don't know what you guys are talking about.
I don't go to strip clubs, so I have no idea. But it just sounds like it would be bad.
I don't know about that.
I don't know. I am telling you.
I mean, I guess, Scythe, you said like you don't go to them as in like, you know, regularly.
I've been
but, like I highly doubt that you've never been to one.
I've been to one. I went, this is not the best thing, and I just went.
Hold on. I'm gonna recount a Scythe story for all of you.
Oh, the Vegas
right.
one. Yeah.
So there was a time when Scythe might have been working in a bank, and you know how you see on movies, you know, those you put the money in there and it counts the money, right?
Oh yeah.
I have received a lot of singles from a certain female who might be somewhat attractive. And after they were done, there may or may not have been glitter all over the place when they were done counting. I can't confirm or deny, but this may.
I have a way better story.
That's so funny, actually.
We actually had 2 strippers who banked with us regularly, and I would see them twice a week.
Not 1, 3.
Yeah.
You may want to like more tightly define C.
They would come to the branch.
Yeah. That's a bit better. Yeah.
So they would come in often.
Just helping you, man. That's all.
But like, it still reminds me of my first day of in-office training for handling cash at a bank. Was when you use the money counter, you hold your breath and close your eyes because the stripper glitter will get in there, and it is disgusting. Like
he's blowing his nose for 3 weeks. You're like, holy shit. Yeah.
But yeah,
well, that's the thing, you know.
You need a vacuum hood for a money counter. Money is disgusting. That's all.
Yeah, and glitter's just that thing that, like, if you strangely, even though it's like, people would say that like glitter is, pretty and all that stuff, but like it gets everywhere and it comes out. It doesn't disappear.
It's the herpes of crafting, all right? You find it like years later somewhere.
So if you don't like somebody, like get glitter into their house somehow.
Well, that's Soth saying he uses coconut lotion or whatever. I'm like, well, somebody can deliver him one of those.
No, I don't use coconut lotion. Come on, I didn't use coconut lotion. That's way too expensive. I'm using coconut oil. Right?
Close enough, okay?
So what Soth's saying, not only does he
rubs the husks of coconuts onto him.
Not only does he smell like a stripper, but he's all oiled up and ready to go.
Not only do I smell like it, I taste like it as well.
I will admit I've never tasted a stripper, but if you have, then, almond joy to you, okay?
You're really missing out on body shots, that's the whole thing.
Body shots.
Yeah.
See, I'm just picturing Soth oiling himself up for like a tactical purpose so he can slip and slide around his house because he doesn't wear socks or something.
You got to remember that coconut oil is solid at room temperature.
Yeah, I know. I use it for popcorn.
Solid at room temperature, but it's on your skin, so it's nice and warm and slippery.
It's also good for cooking.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
That's got a pretty low flash point compared to some other oils.
By the way, not only did you have to, make sure you didn't inhale the stripper dust, as they call it, off the money Scythe. It was all the cocaine that's on those 20s too.
Just don't ever drug test money. It will always show positive. The best is we had a kid who we 100% knew was a drug dealer based off of the smell. He brought us $20,000 in cash. Which in the United States, that flags a government report thing we got to do, but don't worry about it. But it smelled
a large amount of cash you got going there.
It smelled so like someone had hotboxed this cash for 6 days straight that we vacuum sealed it before we ever put it in our vault because it smelled so bad. We could smell it through the 3-inch thick vault door when it was closed. It was gross.
Jesus Christ. That's a bit much.
It was awful.
Oh well.
Well, Don is here. I guess time to end the show.
Yep. Wrap it up.
Don.
Thank you everybody for coming to watch Pointy Bracket's title.
I know we are playing brackets title. Did you notice that, Scythe?
No, wait, what? I'm sorry.
We couldn't set the
Yeah,
title.
yeah.
So when
Welcome
we
to-
set the title, we're just pointing bracket title.
Okay. I got on here as I heard someone mention beans, and I'm like, are we talking about an English breakfast or coffee? And it turned out to be coffee, which is the far
Coffee.
superior choice.
Oh,
Yes.
Well, we were also talking about Dirk's chili earlier, so
Oh, dude, I want some chili now. Sounds like a great idea for dinner.
that's I should have. Yeah, that's the stuff I should have told the wife to get.
I mean, it's the first
There
day
you
here
go.
in the south that's below. It's like 75 degrees, so it's a super chilly day.
Oh, I think it's even chillier here.
It's 72 right now, which is pretty cold for us in this time of year.
Sounds like perfect temperature for chili.
Mm-hmm.
That's at 72. I mean, we go swimming at 72 Fahrenheit here in the north. I mean, holy shit.
No, I'm going to the lake tomorrow, so
It is 65 outside. Now that's some chilly weather.
yeah.
Get some
Mm.
hot dogs, get some chili. Put some
I was thinking
nacho
chili
cheese
with
and
beans
chili
and
on
stuff.
those dogs. Oh, that'd be good. That'd be
What
good.
the hell are you guys
And by the way,
talking?
we would grill them. Don, we're talking about food.
Yep.
We went straight into Eve at the beginning of the show, and now we're into food. Okay.
You missed the slot to talk
You know,
about
cooking
Eve.
chicken
Sorry.
with NyQuil. That was important.
Wait, what?
We mentioned
Yeah,
Seth's
yeah.
name 3 times, and he appeared on the show. We're not sure.
That did
why.
happen.
It's called Sleepy.
Yeah, the trick is not to pan cook the NyQuil chicken. It's you use a pressure cooker.
Donovan is out there. He's saying Texas chili or normal chili with beans, right?
Normal chili with beans is far superior.
There's
Yep.
Texas chili. There's Cincinnati chili, which is gross, and my mother makes that shit.
Yes.
Right? Got like fucking kidney beans and shit in it. If I'm gonna put beans, I'm putting chili beans in it at all. But Texas chili, no beans, cooked in spices and meat, and that's it for hours and hours and hours. That's some good shit.
I would recommend that, like, if you are cooking chili, that a good 2 hours, if not 3, in the oven, in a low oven, is like just makes it so much better.
In an oven?
I use a crock pot on real low.
Oven?
I mean, I do the same, but like, you know, it's oven proof, so like you can literally just chuck it in the oven.
Like a little Dutch oven little thing?
Yeah, like a Dutch oven.
Yeah. We just use it. I have the Instapot, which is amazeballs, by the way.
Yep.
Okay.
Instapots rock. They're you can do everything in them, you know. But like, you know,
It's
you cook
potato.
soup for a couple hours. No, you cook it for like 20 minutes, and it's like done like you cooked it for 3 hours in an Instapot because it's a pressure cooker plus a crock pot.
Yeah.
Also works really good as like a rice maker.
Yeah.
You don't have a rice maker.
Oh, what's up, Dawn?
It does rice okay, but it's not as good as a rice cooker because you don't have the steam leaving, so the rice doesn't get as fluffy.
Oh, we found if you fluff it after it's done and you vent it, you fluff it and then leave it on its hot, it'll get all that steam out of there. It'll get about right. But I don't want to spend $90 on a rice cooker. Like that seems like a ridiculous purchase.
And you
I
can always
have-
put the
I
rice
have a
vinegar
pot.
in it. Always a little
I have a-
rice vinegar.
I have a pot, some rice, some water, and some salt. I'm good.
So let me really throw down the chili gauntlet here, since we, you know, Dirk is still making chili and he hasn't come to tell us the status on it.
Nice.
So
Started it yesterday.
who does chili with pasta?
That's some Yankee stuff.
Yeah. Who the fuck does
Awful.
chili with pasta?
I'll
Like,
tell
what?
you.
I mean, I have used chili, like leftover chili, in a sort of like in a pasta, just to sort of try it out. It's actually all right, but I wouldn't go straight in with like chili and pasta, just straight off.
I like chili.
No,
Chili
no.
mashed potatoes. Mashed potatoes
No,
and chili is fantastic.
Oh yeah, it is.
No, you do
Rice.
rice.
Rice is also
Yeah, you
Definitely
do rice. You do rice or baked potato is great, but like, yeah,
Tortilla
I
chips.
actually
Not-
I switched
or
over to
tortilla
brown
chips.
rice because it's way healthier. But I gotta say, I also
No.
like the taste a lot more than regular rice.
Yeah, if you're not buying like sushi rice, most rice doesn't have any flavor to it. That's good. So I'm with you on the brown rice.
I actually like wild rice, but not with chili. Yeah,
but wild rice is like super expensive.
Which is funny.
Like if you're getting like 100% wild rice and not a mix, super expensive.
There's a place in Washington D.C. It's called the Hard Times Cafe. You guys can look it up. They do their chilies are a minimum of 15 hours on the cook. Okay, they have Texas, Cincinnati, and vegetarian. Vegetarian is super hot and all beans, obviously, right? You know, and they will serve you chili. They will serve you chili hot and chili hot and wet. Hot and wet is the way to get it. Now that is over pasta, cheddar cheese, and raw onions on it. I'm telling you, man, great. I just love chili always. Chili to me is versatile. Throw it over dogs, throw it over pasta, throw it over rice, eat it plain. Use it as a chip dip, for your chips.
Mm-hmm.
It's awesome. I love chili. So chili with it's so
I mean, I ain't gonna argue with that. Like, if you're looking for the additional other perspective, I don't have it. Like, I'm with you on that entirely.
That's one of those things I got to. I remember when Hard Times Cafe only had one location, right? Alexandria was where it was at. See, traditional chili by the bowl, with or without beans. They got Cincinnati, Turgalinga Red, Texas chili, and vegetarian now, so they've added one. Your choice of chili over spaghetti, chili over mac, 4 ways, 3 ways, 5 ways, spaghetti, chili, cheese, onions, and beans. I like it.
Chili over mac, that one's just weird.
I don't like it.
Yeah, I like my chili over spaghetti, and we do it 4 ways: spaghetti, chili, cheese, and onion.
Who wouldn't want to eat food off a mac?
I mean, not chili.
Chili taters.
It will scald me.
Chili taters.
I mean,
and chili.
Here's something, Mac. Though, if you put chili on your mac, at least it stays hot, right?
There you go, baby.
I mean, I guess technically yes.
Hard Times Cafe. I love their stuff. It's so good. So good. Now, don't give me don't give me like Cincinnati Skyline chili. That shit is stupid, terrible. Anybody from Cincinnati? I'm sorry. Yeah, just Skyline chili. It's terrible.
I don't know if you're going to get a lot of people up in arms about chili like you would if you insulted someone's barbecue sauce.
But all barbecue sauces are good.
That's the correct answer. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't necessarily like the white one, but
yeah, but do you have regular cider or hard cider with the chili?
You don't have cider.
Beer.
It does not mix.
You just drink pure beer.
Just pure beer.
So we got 5 minutes left. How about one last thing?
All right, let's roll around this. Scythe, since you popped in, I'll give you your first one last thing.
You should make something I call taco mac, where you take chicken, make it like taco meat, mix it in your mac and cheese. It's fantastic, but you got to bake it with a crust. Do it. Trust me. It's way better than chili on mac and cheese.
Ooh.
Alrighty, Don.
So hello everyone. I wanted to come in and say hi. I am hoping everyone has a great week, and I look forward to seeing you all on Thursday. And that's it.
Alrighty. Let's go down here. Soth, you're up.
Yeah, I don't mind. I hope you guys don't mind us talking more food than Eve lately, but sadly, the only thing we can talk about in Eve right now is all doom and gloom. I really hope CCP gets their act together, but their latest decisions just keep getting worse. So yeah, more food than Eve, because at least all of us like food.
True.
That's true. Mac, you're up, brother.
Well, two things. We never really talked about like RTX 4000 series or whatever, but yeah, because they're coming out with their stuff, but like, and they're showcasing ridiculous looking graphs in terms of performance. But like, all of that performance seems to be coming from just basically a way of artificially generating like frames in between frames. And that looks great because, you're getting like 120 frames, etc., etc. But the thing that seems like it might be an issue is the amount of time that those frames take to create and the amount of latency that it's introducing. So, yeah, if you're thinking about getting a 4000 series card, like, I would wait for reviews, and I would wait for those reviews that are like, really detailed reviews, like say Gamers Nexus stuff or that sort of thing, because I think I think they're trying to pull a fast one. I think Nvidia are trying to pull a fast one on people.
Yeah, AMD is kind of pushing them to do so because they are also dropping new GPUs this year.
You should also listen to their last sales calls for their shareholders, where they literally said, "Oh, we're going to only release so many cards to the market to maintain artificially high prices," but not in those clear words. But that's what they said.
Yeah. Other than that,
so
like,
the normal Nvidia fuckery. I would actually
Basically.
advise against buying 4000 series cards because they are way too expensive. At least the models they announced so far. In this economy.
Exactly. The only other thing that I wanted to say is it looks like Artemis 1 actually, did a rehearsal and was actually successful in that. So we might actually get a launch that actually launches in the next not too distant future. So we might see SLS actually, lift off from the pad, which would be great.
That would be cool. That would be super cool.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. Thanks, Mac. I'm gonna do
all good.
My one last thing. I'm gonna think. I don't know. I don't know what to say. I'm glad that my dream that woke me up last night was untrue. It was good. I was like freaked out a little bit, so I'm happy. Let's see what else is there. There's really nothing else to talk about. I don't think. Everybody go make some chili, some nachos, and have a good weekend. That's where I'm going to leave it. Chili's not. All right, guys.
Oh yeah.
Thanks everybody for being here. Thank you, the audience, for being here, hanging out with us. And I'm not sure. We'll send a ping out. With Vegas being next week, I'm not sure whether we are going to do a little hiatus or we're still going to do a show. We're going to talk about that over the next week, so we keep you guys together. I don't think there's a meta show today, but there will be one.
No.
Yeah. So everybody, you have a wonderful weekend and enjoy fall because it's not autumn. It's around fall. Fall down. Fall. All right. See you later, Ray. Take care.